Should I do that redo? I can't even like, do I need to do it again?
It didn't sound bad.
I think you sounded normal. I forgot about it, truthfully, halfway through.
It sounded good.
Did it sound? Yeah. I didn't think it did. Okay.
You have to go. Okay, do you want, I want to do an afterthought, so if you can't we'll just move.
How
Shannon, you need to
long?
leave,
Is
right?
my mother-in-law okay? Like
Yeah. The afterthoughts, I just want like 5 more
good?
minutes.
No, like
Do a
she's
quick
like.
afterthought. Let's roll. Okay, let's roll. Can you stay 5 more minutes? Okay, let's roll. Quick. Okay.
Let's do it.
All right, so we just finished the show, and it's our afterthoughts. Anything that you forgot to say or still want to say as we continue the conversation. People love this online and on YouTube. So, Shannon, what about for you? Is there anything that you wanted to say or remind us about in your own story?
No.
No. Did I totally put you on the spot?
Now I know.
Now that you have the floor.
Yeah.
Now
The
that
other
you
thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
No? But maybe come back.
Yeah, maybe come back. Yeah.
Yeah, anything that you want to say.
Thanks.
Yeah, anything extra that you wanted to say.
I would say that for me as a man, it was very hard to come out and to disclose that I had an eating disorder. I would say for anyone who is male out there that's struggling, you know, there are other men out there that struggle, and come forward, find that ear and someone that will listen. And I remember going into groups and I was the only male and being scared, and you know what? Y'all share the same story. I have many sisters I like to call when I went into to group. So that's what I would like to share. That
Well,
you're
there's
not
probably
alone.
like a stigma for
Yeah.
men with an eating disorder.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah, I mean,
think there's a
that opens it
stigma
for
anyway,
either.
right?
But I
There's
think
a
for men
stigma.
it might even be
Yeah,
a greater.
There is.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't think that this illness touches men.
Well, men aren't supposed to have emotion,
We're not
right?
supposed to have any
You're not
emotion.
supposed to. Yeah, you're
So
not supposed to feel things.
it's there. It's there, and I just want to share that. Like, I mean, it does cross that barrier.
Right.
I don't think people should be like embarrassed or scared to go into treatment either. Like it's a good thing to go forward and seek that treatment to help you. I think a lot of people get nervous and embarrassed to say like they're getting help for it. And there's like a stigma around it too, right?
Yeah.
So I think that people shouldn't be.
I almost felt like it was easier to say I was going into rehab.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to question a 38-year-old mom of 4 boys like, going into rehab.
Right.
So it was almost like I'd rather people think that than think that first of all, I can't control myself, like I can't control my eating, that I have to go into treatment. So that's what I would let slip once in a while, that, oh, well, when I was in rehab, and just let them think. But there's still stigma of getting treatment.
And it can literally happen to anyone. And I think that was the hardest thing for me to wrap my head around, was the fact that, I'd always been, my dad actually was the one. He has always been such like a huge contributor to my confidence. And he's always, well, you know what, they said that, cool, it doesn't matter, you're my baby girl, it doesn't matter, right? So I've always been like, I've had that ingrained in me from a young age. And then to have this kind of rocky, sea life now almost, where you're standing on this boat and you don't know what, like one little wave can throw you right over again. And I think people really underestimate how easy it is to relapse in something like this, because I think about it every day. It doesn't go away.
You still think about it.
Yeah, every day.
Every day.
Everything I
Will
put
it ever
into
go?
We're all thinking about it
No,
right
but
now,
will it ever
right?
go
It's like-
away?
I don't think so.
No.
I wish. I really wish.
I wish
Because
I could be normal.
normal.
Whatever that is.
Whatever that
And
is.
you honestly, and you don't think that you will. You think that this will always be that.
Well,
there.
you make a choice to go back into it actively. Like I know what I want to do, and what I want to do is
Conscious choice.
is to not
Every
eat.
day. Yeah.
But what I have to do, and what I know what I need to do, and that's where I think this round of treatment really helped. It was almost like it clicked, because I always knew what I had to do, and what I want to do. But this time I go, I choose what's good for me.
The importance of community, because you've got, Shannon, your mom's here, your mother-in-law is here. I mean, you talked a lot about family. Like, that's key. I mean, the family really, for somebody to be here, you definitely need family, don't you?
Yeah.
You need support.
You do need support,
You
or
need
you're not
support.
going to make it. You're going to be the statistic of
Absolutely.
of what they're saying. The highest death rate in mental illness is eating disorder.
Absolutely. And one thing I will share is the minute that I actually forgot that I had an eating disorder, I was quickly reminded that I had an eating disorder by myself.
Yeah.
My eating disorder came back because it was on the forefront of my eating, because I lost all the skills that I ever had the first time I was in treatment. Because I was like, I did treatment, it's over, it's done, and I forgot that I had an eating disorder. So everything just came to the front and I relapsed. So it's very important to actually remember the fact that, yeah, it's there, it'll always be there. And you got to be conscious of the fact to keep those skills alive and well.
What would you say to the people that have supported you?
I love them.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry.
really,
That makes-
really, from the bottom of my heart, I'm really sorry.
Yes.
I don't even think I have words, really.
Yeah, I don't.
There-
I
there's
know.
no-
I don't even.
I
Yeah.
love you and I'm sorry for what I've put you
Thank
you.
through.
Thank
Like-
you.
Yeah.
There's not enough words.
There's not
to-
enough words.
No,
So you,
no.
so you,
Across.
but
We-
you know what you've put them through.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
This is not like you're
Yeah.
saying, I don't care.
But it's not
You-
even
you
like they
do
have
know
to
it's-
say it. That's the sad thing. You see it on their face.
Yes.
So like every time, like when you walk into a room and you're at your worst of your worst, so you've just got those eyes. They don't even have to say anything.
They know what
They
you've
just
done.
know, and then there's this little piece of you that just like, yeah, just.
And
See,
so
I
what would so you would say thank you and I'm sorry, and other words that just can't.
Thank you for not walking away.
Yeah.
Thank you for not walking.
Thank you for not
that
walking
done.
away.
Thank
It's
you for
easy to
that
walk
done.
away.
Yeah.
It's
Right?
almost easier, right?
I had a lot of
Right.
friends walk away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They just left.
Because they couldn't
They couldn't deal with it.
It was just too much.
Absolutely.
It was hard. My husband really struggled.
Yeah.
He's known me for 20 years, and it was still like he didn't know what to do.
What to do.
That's the
I don't know
struggle,
what
right?
to do with her. I
Well,
love
and I
her,
think,
but what do I
see,
do?
It's, you get like so you
Absolutely.
want to be sympathetic, empathetic, and supportive, and then it's like then you get angry.
There's definitely
because like you're not
yeah.
listening, and why can't you see it?
Yeah.
Frustrating.
And it is frustrating, but
And become cyclical.
Yeah. You repeat it all.
And it's seen by the other person or that very person that's close to you. It's almost seemed like it's self-inflicted.
Yeah.
wow.
You know, when I got pancreatitis, it was like Karen viewed it as being self-inflicted, right? And it
Yeah,
was
people think we choose this.
yeah, like you know,
That you what? That you choose?
Yeah.
you don't
Yeah.
ha-
This is what I
you know
wanted
like
for my life.
and
Choose
it's
the
like
coping mechanism.
it was a coping
Going to reading.
mechanism, right? And
Yeah.
and she was there 100%, and I love her for being there through all of that.
But she's
And I
still-
think back at my worst times.
Yeah. Shannon, you
goodness.
just said something interesting. You said people think that we choose this.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean by that?
Like I chose to, not eat or restrict what I eat or watch what I eat
Absolutely.
or
so
almost
what is
die.
it then? What is it then? If you're not choosing, what would you say?
Honestly, it's like, for some of us, it's like there's just a voice in our heads. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's like the angel demon on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's you're just hearing, like I find that I'll look at myself and I'll hear voices being like, you're not good enough, you're so ugly, you're so fat. And then we internalize those and then we act on those.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, obviously I don't wish to live by hearing those or not eating my pasta that I love or like not eating, what everyone else eats by me just eating my little healthy portions or whatever.
Right.
I don't choose that.
No.
It's so easy to go back to what you can control.
Like it just becomes habit.
Yeah.
Like, and one little thing happens to us, and we're like, well, you know how some people eat a lot when they're stressed out? I do the opposite.
Yeah, same here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's almost, it's not
It's
even
easier.
Like, yeah, and it's not
It's
even
easier.
like a need. It's just more of
It's
like,
easier.
you just don't
It's a
feel hungry
coping.
anymore,
Yeah.
and it's just gone.
Yeah.
And that can go on for days and days.
You
and
just
days.
spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you forget.
And then all of a
Oh,
sudden you're
I
like,
don't know when I
oh,
last ate. Yeah.
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 I want to wrap this up, but just as we're talking, what is the one thing that is really a healthy thing that you're doing to ensure that you don't slip back? Like what, I mean, for me, just learning, like what is that one thing you've put in sort of your life or your mind, a truth that helps you not go back there? And I'm not saying go back there, meaning I know you're struggling all the time, and it's at the forefront, but there are things that you must do. What are some what's a practical thing that you're doing
I
or
stick
saying?
to like a regimented meal plan and eating times, which I know is not the greatest, but for me it works to ensure that like I'm getting everything in.
Okay.
For people, they get very turned off by that, but
So like a regimented times
yeah,
to eat.
I eat at
Yeah.
this time and I eat this at this time. I eat this at this time.
But that works for you.
It
Because
works for me.
It
It
works for you.
ensures I get what I needed.
Yeah, good. Jermaine, what about you?
I do that, and I have passion for music, and music has saved my life, playing bagpipes, and that has saved my life.
Yeah.
Without it,
Music. So something outside of yourself to do,
To do.
And action.
Yeah, my
okay.
career.
And your career.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
without
Okay.
without playing bagpipes, and being that because I identify with that, I don't know where I'd be.
Okay, so it's actually something. So your career,
Yeah, I have my students to go to every day, and
Yeah.
that's
Your
what
students,
pushes
so you
me
are
through.
responsible to
Yeah.
show up and be there.
Yeah.
So you need to be healthy
And
for
be
them.
on. Yeah.
On.
Getting
Okay,
it.
I get
and
that.
to be
yeah.
a father.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
my distraction. That's my
Right.
distraction
Okay, and then
every day.
music.
Yeah.
And be a father.
And a father.
Yes.
Okay. So this
100%.
responsibility of like your presence and personhood in those spaces has
Yeah.
actually created you to say, I'm going to
You have
be
to.
healthy and make those decisions. Wow. Okay. Nikki.
Truthfully, there was a point where I genuinely wanted to die. I wanted everything I was feeling, I felt like I was feeling everything. I just wanted for 5 seconds to feel nothing.
Yeah.
And I had all these voices coming at me, plus what I was dealing with on the inside. And I remember one night, this was the moment that everything really truthfully changed for me. I was sitting in my bed, losing my mind over, like, fighting with the husband, and, this big explosion. And, I was just sitting there crying and crying and crying. And I had my phone beside me, and I did not touch it. I had nothing. And Praise You in the Storm by Casting Crowns. I don't know if you've heard that song, but it just started blasting out of my phone. And if you hear the lyrics of that song, like it really, in that moment, it was just like, and it's that feeling, that low of the low, that makes me never, ever, ever want to feel that way again.
Right.
And it's making the choices every day to prevent that from happening. But just knowing like God had such a hold on that
Right.
moment, It
So
was
reminding, so
incredible.
for you, the promises of God, who you
Yes,
are, music
yes.
and music. Trish, sorry, we
Yeah.
got to wrap up our after show thoughts, or this will be another massive show. And the crew is like, wrap it up, wrap it up. Okay, so go ahead, Trish. Oh, yeah, go ahead. What are you putting in place to ensure that you're healthy and managing?
Honestly, I do agree with all of you. It's that sense of purpose, but I also feel for myself, it's therapeutic. Almost like a get together with girlfriends, and but I can actually be honest. There's only a few people that I can do that with. So it's finding the therapeutic. I'm trying to think of the word, but like therapeutic things in life.
Yeah.
And including therapy. Like I don't know. I still need there's somebody just to talk to, because it's like, am I crazy? Right?
Right.
Yeah. I've learned a lot. I think there's a lot of things that I'm going to take from this. I think that this is going to really help a lot of people. I think I want to share this like link and show to other people. And I think that you guys are amazing. You really, really are. And I'm so glad that in those moments that I believe God kind of like spoke to in those ways, that's why you're here. So thank you. And that's the after show thoughts. And I hear babies in there. That's your kids. All right, it's time to go. All right, awesome.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
guys.
having
me.
Okay, thanks.
Thank
All right,
you.
let's get some pictures quickly.